The rain did not fall that night. It attacked. It slammed the streets like a judgment, soaked my jacket through to the skin, and turned the city into a blur of headlights and regret. My phone buzzed with another delivery address as my hands shook on the handlebars, and I remember thinking that if the rain had a voice, it would be laughing at me for believing hard work alone could save a man. That was the moment my life was supposed to keep sinking. Instead, it changed. Before the story goes any further, if you believe in kindness, second chances, and the quiet miracles that happen on ordinary nights, take a moment right now to like this video, comment your thoughts, share it with someone who needs hope, and subscribe to the channel. Your support keeps stories like this alive. My name is Michael Carter, and I was delivering groceries in Columbus, Ohio, on a night when everything felt heavy. Not just the rain, but the weight of months of setbacks. I was 32, living in a cramped basement apartment that smelled like damp concrete, surviving on delivery gigs after the factory shut down. I told myself it was temporary, but temporary has a way of stretching into something permanent when hope runs thin. Each order paid just enough to keep the lights on, not enough to dream. Still, I rode through storms because storms do not wait for anyone to be ready. The address that changed everything sat at the edge of a quiet neighborhood where porch lights glowed soft and forgiving. Water pooled around the tires as I pulled up, my clothes clinging to me like proof of failure. I grabbed the bags, checked the order twice, and trudged up the steps, rehearsing the polite smile I barely had energy to wear. When the door opened, warmth spilled out, not just from the house but from the presence of a woman whose eyes held something rare. Her name, I would later learn, was Rebecca Moore. She did not rush. She noticed the rain dripping from my hair onto the welcome mat, the tremble in my hands, the way exhaustion had carved itself into my posture. Instead of grabbing the bags and retreating, she lingered, offering a look that felt like a hand on my shoulder. The world slowed. The storm faded to a distant rhythm. Without using words, she made it clear that I should step inside, just for a moment, just to escape the cold. The house smelled like clean linen and something baking, a scent that wrapped around me like memory. I stood there soaked and awkward, trying not to drip on the floor, my pride battling my need. Rebecca moved with calm assurance, handing me a towel, guiding me toward a small heater humming near the entryway. It was not romance or rescue, it was human decency, and it hit harder than the rain ever could. As my fingers thawed, shame crept in. I hated being seen like this, hated that my life had narrowed to surviving delivery by delivery. But Rebecca's presence did something strange. She did not look at me with pity. She looked at me as if I mattered, as if my struggle was not invisible. In that quiet moment, something inside me cracked open, and I realized how starved I had been for simple recognition. She asked about my night, my work, my name. I answered honestly, surprising myself with how easy it felt to tell the truth in that space. I learned that she was a widow, that loss had reshaped her life in ways she never expected, that she had learned to notice pain because she carried her own. The rain continued outside, relentless, but inside, time seemed to rest. When I finally stepped back into the storm, warmer and steadier, I did not feel like the same man. I rode away with the heater's hum still echoing in my bones, wondering why one small act of kindness could feel heavier than a paycheck. The next days were the same on the surface. More deliveries, more rain, more fatigue. But something had shifted. I rode straighter. I breathed deeper. I started to believe that my life was not finished writing itself. A week later, another order came through. Same neighborhood, same street. My heart beat faster as I recognized the house. This time the rain was lighter, almost gentle, as if the sky had softened too. Rebecca greeted me again, her smile familiar now, and the warmth returned, not just from the heater, but from the unspoken understanding between two people who had seen each other on hard days. Over the next months, our paths crossed more often, sometimes through deliveries, sometimes through chance meetings at the grocery store. We talked about faith, about grief, about the strange ways God uses small moments to redirect lives. I learned she volunteered at a local shelter, that her kindness was not an exception but a habit. She learned that I had once dreamed of starting my own repair business, that I loved fixing things because broken objects felt honest to me. The challenges did not disappear. Bills still piled up. My bike broke down at the worst possible time. There were nights when doubt crept back in, whispering that nothing really changes. But now there was a counter voice, a memory of warmth on a cold night, a reminder that grace often arrives disguised as ordinary people. One evening, when the rain returned with familiar fury, my bike chain snapped miles from home. I stood there, soaked and defeated, staring at the dark road ahead. Then headlights slowed beside me. Rebecca's car pulled over, her face concerned, her presence steady. She helped load the bike, drove me home, and waited while I checked on a repair job lead I had been nervous to pursue. That lead turned into steady work. Steady work turned into confidence. Confidence turned into possibility. Time moved forward, as it always does. I saved enough to move out of the basement. I rented a small garage space and started fixing appliances for neighbors. Rebecca cheered quietly from the sidelines, never pushing, always encouraging. Our relationship grew not from dramatic gestures, but from shared silences, from prayers spoken softly, from the understanding that love does not rush. If this story has touched something inside you so far, pause for a moment and leave a comment below about a time when kindness changed your direction. Your words might be the encouragement someone else needs today. The night that stays with me most came a year later, almost to the day. Rain again, softer this time, tapping at the windows instead of shouting. We sat together, reflecting on how far we had come. I realized that the warmth she offered that first night was not just physical. It was a choice, a decision to see another person fully and respond with compassion. I am not wealthy now. Life did not turn into a movie ending with instant success. But I am grounded, I am loved. I wake up believing that storms do not define us, responses do. Rebecca and I still live in the same city, still walk through rain together, still hold space for each other's scars. The world feels larger, kinder, and more meaningful than it did from the seat of a delivery bike. Before this story ends, I have one special request. Please comment the word warmth below if you believe a single act of kindness can change a life. And if this story moved you, if it reminded you that God works through ordinary people on ordinary nights, please like this video, share it, and subscribe to the channel. Your engagement tells us these stories matter, and it helps them reach hearts that need them. Sometimes all it takes is one smile in the rain to keep someone warm enough to keep going.